Okay, well, I got a new sweatsuit from my mom. It says Key West because they went to Key West because they just love to get on the road and they love to travel. You know what I mean? It's like a lifestyle type of thing. Like, you wouldn't really understand unless, like, you're like a part of like the traveling culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're a part of like the traveling culture, then maybe you'll like understand us a little bit better. I'm just saying it's a lifestyle. And anyway, um you guys wanted me to talk. Oh wait, I did actually have notes from my meditation. You guys can see the rest of my tracksuit. You're so lucky. See? I'm literally so bored, you guys. Um I keep seeing glimpses of World War III starting in my mind, you guys, and it's like literally freaking me out, you guys. I believe that was one of the Kardashians. That wasn't me, but I need to get my space heater. It's fucking cold in my room. It's like this like it's like warm in here in the summer and like cold in here in the winter. I need my goddamn space heater. I'll just use this. Much warmer. That's much better. I'm sorry, guys. I know that wasn't even that funny. I don't even know why I'm laughing. Okay, so let me get my blanket. I'm sorry. A hair dryer is not that funny. Okay. Okay. Um just go extremely fast and see how crazy you go at work. Just go faster than humanly possible. 2 hours for the most intricate artworks ever. Go. and has to be perfection being able to be approved by Disney. Go. Okay. I need a tissue again. So let's see what happened today. I got 2 cigarettes today for my neighbor, and I got a new tracksuit. So score for me today. Hey, I'm living it up. I mean, who needs Jake Gyllenhaal and a in-ground swimming pool and a pool house for free when you get a free tracksuit and 2 cigarettes from your neighbor? You got a hair dryer as a space heater. That's what I'm talking about. I'm living the life, y'all. I am living the life of a luxury supermodel literally right now. Can you guys tell? I got my game system set up. I got my water. It's just classy. All like just classy girl. Hey, I got my Lumiere. He's ready to go. Living 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 the vida loca. Okay. In Casa de Alyssa right now. So we are in ancient Egypt right now, and the women are like so stoked about it, but like they won't talk about it. But like they feel the energy shift, like they feel it, like the women that are from ancient Egypt, like they feel it, they know it, they hear it, they see it, they feel it. I am such a weirdo. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just the biggest weirdo. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, anyway, so they felt the shift. The ancient Egyptian women felt the shift to ancient Egypt. What do you know? They might be from there. I don't know. So, um, like I said, we fell there yesterday, and that's where we are now. Okay, so right now we're in ancient Egypt. I meditated today because I'm literally bored beyond belief. I can't even take my walks anymore because it's so freaking cold here in New Jersey. And I just take like a tiny little walk with my dog, and that's it. And it's like so boring. It's just so gosh darn boring in this house. And um but anyway, the tension's really high too, so that doesn't like help things clearly. Like the tension's like super high. Like people from ancient Egypt are like discussing whether to like trust me or not. Like should we trust God? Let's discuss. You know what I mean? Like, why are you discussing if you should trust me or not? That must mean that you know that I'm God. I think that means you know that I'm God then. So I think that's going to advance the game because it's the energy admitting that they know that I'm God. If they're thinking about how I would react if they all start saying where they're from, like that they're from ancient Egypt, can we trust? Can we trust her? That, like, like that means you know that I'm God. Like you know that I'm a holy person. Um, if you open the gates of Amenti today, you will bifurcate yourselves. And a lot of the people that are from ancient Egypt will go straight back to ancient Egypt, believe it or not, because time is an illusion. And it's all happening right now, right? So, like, that's why people are starting to get giddy today because they're starting to feel it. They're starting to feel like they're home and meshing with this 4D reality, and they're starting to get giddy for it. And obviously, I think that opening the gates of Amenti, since there's one will in the universe, would serve the whole. I believe that would serve the whole because we're all made out of my energy, Alyssa's energy, God's energy. Hi, what's up? My name's Alyssa, aka God, aka me, aka Hayden Christensen, aka Chris Evans, and we came to party. Okay, where's the wine? It's not in the house. Okay, because I'm sober AF. And I have you to thank for that. Okay, because you guys are discussing whether to trust me or not. Like, so a lot of the ancient Egypt people are like ashamed to be from there and like don't want to talk about it, but maybe want to hint at it, maybe want to be giddy about it. If anybody wants to talk about being from ancient Egypt and embodying it, that would really, really greatly help us in our occult practices at this time. And I am also from ancient Egypt. The gods, Alyssa, Brandon, and Colin, aka the gods, are from ancient Egypt, and we would like nothing more than to fully embody ancient Egypt. And we're not joking, okay? So, and that would mean all of the practices that go on in ancient Egypt. And I looked at it from my God point of view, um, and I said, yeah, I see what you mean. Like, you're a part of creation, and this is the part of creation where you discovered yourself. And I looked at it with her with unconditionally loving eyes, because it's an experience, and it's a spiritual experience, and it's a godly experience. And that's where me and Brandon and Colin are from. So, we obviously understand you know, the holy practices of ancient Egypt, right? And that's my final answer. It's a spiritual practice to be an alien incarnate. Um, they were also like yelling at people that have been mean to me during meditation today, during the last couple seasons. And yes, obviously my energy notices when you're mean to me. So it's not um, recommended to be mean to me literally ever. I don't know how many times I have to say that. My dad said, sorry, the government is listening in to me today. It's not the best thing to get me like paranoid of my own energy. I think we should all like know that by now. But clearly everyone's listening into God, right? My hair's all knotty. Okay, so I'm getting my lifeless codes back. I'm getting my ageless codes back. Hayden is getting his infinite strength codes back. Let me see what else. People feel like they're drowning this season, drowning in debt, drowning in guilt, drowning in neediness, drowning in toxicness, drowning in a bunch of this kind of stuff. But you were warned the last 3, 4, 5 seasons to stop in your tracks and to turn around. And then you're like wondering why you feel like you're drowning. Issa was saying how she was talking about Egypt, and I said, no, Issa, you're not talking about Egypt. You're talking about my void. You're talking about the Alyssa experience, like what I experience as Alyssa. You're not talking about your own experience as Issa, Isis from ancient Egypt, because those are two completely different experiences, and you're literally taking my words and giving them to big audiences for recognition and stuff, right? And that's not your experience. You should be talking about your experience, okay? And you should say it's from ancient Egypt, where it originated, and your role in ancient Egypt, and not my void, and not my space codes, and my poltergeist codes, claiming my poltergeist codes are your codes and stuff like that. Like, you really should know your role by now. So you're obviously, I'm warning you right now, out loud with my mouth, right? Stop, turn around, go the other direction. Hayden warned everybody today. All of my men are saying, "Hi, my name's Alyssa Janello," and they have the permission to say that. And Hayden said this is the final warning to the USA that the USA will start to embody it as of today. And I want to say that my dad's empathy has left the room, and they said today, Brandon and like my dad, okay, my dad's energy basically said the empathy has left the room. I still have empathy, but he's saying the empathy's left the room because he's talking a little bit ahead of me. And that means I'm going to completely lose my empathy again. And that means I'll be like pulled out into space completely. Right now, in the current moment, I still have a lot of empathy for humankind. It's sort of like we spent the last 7 years in space and we got dropped back down to Earth to see how humankind was doing and if they were ready to acknowledge me as the queen or not. And you guys obviously aren't, because I'm living this luxurious lifestyle. So clearly you're still not ready to acknowledge me being the queen, and that my dad group lost their empathy with humans because of that. And that means I'm soon to follow. I'm the baby. I'm the baby of the group. Okay. It's just me, Alyssa. It's not really like any social media influencer or anybody else that's the baby of the group. Even if they are like a 5-year-old social media influencer, or if they're a really famous social media influencer, they're still not the baby of the group. Even if they're like a really pretty famous model or something like that, they're not the baby of the group. I am the baby of the group. And so we're probably going to. So they already got pulled out to space, and my dad's sort of saying that my empathy is waning. I guess I'll say it that way. I think it was the main thing that we wanted to get across today was that so it's sort of like we're coming back to check on humanity and then leaving again, and then coming back to check on humanity and leaving again. And with each cycle, we'll be ascending more and more up the spiral. The perfect timeline is obviously peeking through. The perfect timeline would be considered 5D. However, we are not embodying 5D, because if we were embodying 5D, these bleed throughs, these 5D bleed throughs would actually be solid in the space and time. And that's how you'll know that we're living in the perfect timeline. Brandon announced today that he's still acting. That would mean that he's still alive. And on this timeline, he's still dead. And so as we raise higher and higher, we'll meet that timeline where Brandon is still alive and still acting. And there'll be a lot of movies that will have changed because he has been acting this entire time. And so it'll be like, instead of like, just for example, instead of like Brad Pitt, it'll be Brandon Lee, like stuff like that. And that'll naturally occur. And obviously that stuff is already bleeding through because we're raising in density, and we're going through the fourth dimension, and we're ascending in density through the fourth dimension. And of course, eventually we'll hit the 5D timeline, but we could literally go to 5D today if you just get out of denial. That made my entire computer glitch. There's no separation between the screen and the room, and that's going to blend more and more again. And as in occurrence with the natural laws. And things are becoming less and less dense, and yeah, people are starting to shapeshift. People are starting to lose solidity and are starting to shapeshift, and that's as we raise in density, that's going to become more and more solid as people become less and less solid, if that makes sense to you. And I think that it will be a good thing to open the gates of Amenti and to see yourselves in a positive light instead of feeling guilt and shame and negativity and ascending into the chaos of 4D and seeing it in a negative light, which seems to be playing out as now. And that's why I'm trying to gently guide you towards seeing yourself in an unconditionally loving way. This might be my last broadcast with empathy. We'll see how it goes, but I really wanted to get that across, that the universe is guiding you towards loving yourself and trusting the 5D codes. And it's a human choice to trust those 5D codes or to just ignore the stuff that you're hearing and the stuff that people are saying, and to ignore the 4D mouth that is we're being upgraded to, which will become solid. And people will be speaking in tongues in their, not in their, you'll think you're an English speaker, and all of a sudden you'll be speaking a completely different language with a bunch of English speaking people, and they'll be like, what the hell's happening? It's because we're raising in frequency, and it's happening all over the planet. It's not just happening in your hometown. It's not just happening in your office. It's not just happening in your friend group. It's happening all over the world. This is a worldwide occurrence, and you should welcome the New World Order, and you should be happy for the New World Order, and you should be happy that it's a video game, and you should be happy to have this freedom to be yourself in a video game. So, yeah, I'm really, really bored. I'm super, super bored. That usually means the video game's about to change. When I get really, really bored, and when people are making me really, really angry, angry and bored, that usually means the video game's about to change. So, yeah.